The new Google Gemini 2.5 Pro update is absolutely insane. So Google just dropped this new Google Gemini 2.5 Pro preview update, and it's an absolute game changer for building apps like you can see right here. You can build apps, tools, games. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, and you can do it in seconds completely for free if you follow the methods that I'm going to show you today. You see, I built all of this stuff plus much more on the video. And in this video, you're going to get the prompts, the walkthrough, and the secret stack I use to deploy apps instantly. Additionally, on top of that, you're going to learn how to find viral tools using Google and Gemini's hidden gems feature. And I'll show you how I built 5 insane AI tools live, from a medieval siege simulator to a guitar trainer, all from one line of text. And you'll discover why Gemini 2.5 Pro is destroying other models in speed, app quality, and creativity. And you'll learn how to turn these tools into money. Let's go. So today we are going to be testing out Gemini 2.5 Pro. So the first thing that we're going to look at is Gemini. Now Gemini have launched Gemini 2.5 Pro, as you can see right here, and it is a new update that just came out a few days ago. Now if you haven't tested it already, you can actually access it for free inside AI Studio. If you go in the top right and then click Gemini 2.5 Pro preview, and additionally inside Gemini you can build some absolutely awesome apps. So for example here, you can see that we can easily build out, for example, like this drawing app. And a lot of this stuff just works perfectly first time round. So for example, if we want to change colors, draw a little smiley face right there, we can easily do that. And the creativity is pretty much unlimited. Now, the other cool thing is you can keep the app ideas really simple. So if you say, for example, just build an app where I can draw in different colors, it will just go off and work its magic, like you can see right here, using the Gemini 2.5 Pro preview option. Again, you can use this for free inside Gemini 2.5 Pro preview mode on AI Studio. But either way, you can access for free, and it's super powerful for coding. It's way better than it used to be. And also you can build out, for example, like different apps, games, etc. So for example, here we created Dragonflight. We said build a 2D dragon flight simulator with fire breath and enemy villages. Let users fly a dragon around a fantasy world map, breathe fire, and dodge arrows, right? We included like the commands as well, so spacebar to breathe fire, etc. And if we click on start game here, we can now start going off and destroying villages as a dragon. We've also got a health bar right there. Reminds me of like when you were playing Mega Drive and stuff like that. And that is not a bad game for a one-shot prompt at all. It's one of the only apps I've actually seen with Gemini where it can actually build first time round. For example, if you are using Claude, etc., it's either going to take too long or it's going to break first time round. Whereas, for example, with this, you can just easily build out whatever you want, and you just give it like one prompt most of the time, and it will just go off and do its magic. So it's pretty amazing what it can do and how it can do it. Here's another example. So this is a brainwave visualizer. It actually has audio, but I muted it just because I don't want to blow your speakers or something like that. So let's click on, for example, here. And you can see we can visualize different waves. So this is a brainwave visualizer. We can click these buttons to simulate different mental states, right? So for example, the meditate wave will actually calm down the waves. Focus mode, change it to that. Sleep mode, you've got an example, and then stress as well. So you can see how the brain waves are visualized here and how easy it is to set this up and just get started with it, right? So if you want to build like anything that you want, really, you just want to come up with different ideas. Now, if you're not sure what to build, what you can actually do is you can just go onto ChatGPT and say, just give me 10 ideas for apps I can build, and then either put in your niche, your industry, your business, or what you're interested in, right? So for example, if I'm interested in guitar, for example, right? Give me some app ideas plus the prompts. We can say something like that. And then ChatGPT is really good for coming up with the ideas. And from there, you can start building out what you want. So for example, here we've got an idea. So we'll grab that and then we'll go back to Gemini. Again, you can do this inside AI Studio as well. And then you can plug in this, select Canvas so you can actually preview the HTML as you code it. And you can also have like multiple different apps being built at the same time. So if we open up another tab here, and then we're going to go back in here and we'll say, okay, interactive guitar trainer. So we'll plug that into another tab on Gemini, hit enter. And now we can just build out multiple apps. And all we need is the idea, which we didn't even come up with. We've got AI to automate that too. So it's pretty amazing what you can do and how you can do it, and you know how easy it is and how powerful it is. So here's another one. And again, this works for any industry, any niche, any idea, etc. as long as you keep it relatively simple. It's also got this explore gem section as well, which is quite interesting inside Gemini now as well. So you can see some ideas of what gems have been built. These are pre-made ones. So you can also create your own gems. So you can save stuff that you've created, which is pretty cool as well. But if we go back to our app, as you can see, it's starting to build that out. Same with this one. And it really doesn't take long at all. Now, if you want to build something a little bit more complex, here's another example of a more detailed prompt. I actually created this inside AI Studio. This is a much longer prompt, like you can see, and also I just wanted to show that you can do this for free as well. So if you go inside Google AI Studio and you say something like create a single file HTML and JavaScript app simulating a medieval siege using 2D physics, include a dragon catapult, destructible castle walls made of bricks and soldiers that react when hit, add sliders, control the launch speed, angle, wind, include battle effects and sound effects, right? And so we've got all the code right here. And then what we can do from there is if we copy that code, and if you're using AI Studio and you want to preview the code, just ask it to generate the HTML like we did inside our prompt over here. And then if you go over to LiveWeave, we'll delete that, delete this, plug that code in there. And now we've got the app ready to preview. All right. I'm just going to mute the tab so that it doesn't, again, blast out loads of music. And we can change the angle, the launch speed, etc. of the catapult, the wind, and this should work, like you can see. So if we change the angle now, and then we'll reduce the speed, there we go, and we can just change and do whatever we want with it, right? So it's pretty easy to build this stuff out. Now, if you have any changes, for example, like this, you can just go back into AI Studio and say, okay, add a score plus timer to the game to make it more interesting. We're at Command and Enter on a Mac, and then that's going to start recoding out the tool, as you can see. Now, it's also triggered thinking mode inside AI Studio using the Gemini preview. And again, you can see here that it does have token limits, but you can use it for free inside AI Studio. So I don't have, for example, my credit card details plugged in here. And it will just go off and generate it. The other thing that I would say is it's super fast, right? So if you try and do the same thing inside Claude, Claude is quite slow when it's generating stuff. So if we go over to Claude, which is probably the second best competitor, and if we go over to Claude here, we'll plug in the same prompt. It typically tends to take a lot more time to actually code out the tool or the game that we're trying to build. So it's just something to bear in mind there too. The other cool thing you can do as well is if you go over to OpenRouter, inside OpenRouter, you can grab the API key inside the model section. So if you scroll down, go to Gemini 2.5 Pro preview. You want to make sure that you check the date before you use this API. So you can see here that it is created on May the 7th. And then you can either use this inside the chat, or you can grab an API key inside OpenRouter as well, and then use that to code. So for example, if we go over to Visual Studio Code, we can start coding with that inside Client or RuCode or whatever we want, right? So if we go to settings over here, and then go to OpenRouter, plug in your API key, select the model that you want, then we'll select 2.5 Pro Preview, hit save, and we can start coding like that as well. So if we go back to the prompt that we use inside AI Studio, we'll grab that, plug this into Visual Studio Code like you see, and then we can go off and start using this. Now, if you don't know how to set up, for example, any of these tools that I'm using, or you need some help, or you're struggling or want some ideas or prompts, or want to meet people in the same niche as you, etc., then feel free to get the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description. Basically, in the AI Profit Boardroom, we've built an awesome community where you can learn how to make more money and save time and automate using AI. It's an awesome community, super active, tons of great posts in there, tons of courses and classrooms and templates, and also weekly Q&A calls which you can jump on and ask any questions you have, like you see right here. So if we go back now, we've got the next preview of our code ready to go. We can click the copy mode, and we'll go back to LiveWeave. And if you want to preview this, let's do that. So I'm just going to refresh the page, plug this in, and there we go. We've got a score and a timer, right? Now let's have a look at some of the apps we just coded a second ago. So this is the guitar chord visualizer, like you can see right here. I can confirm the A minor chord is correct as a guitar player myself. We can actually play the sound, and we can toggle dark mode as well, which is pretty cool. And also, if you want to share this stuff that you've created, you can just copy the link, and then you can see this will be hosted on a subdomain inside gemini.google.com. But it's absolutely amazing what you can do now. So easy to do. You can flick between the chords. You can build whatever apps you want. Here's another example. So this is the guitar fretboard quiz. And then it will ask you, okay, like what's the notes, etc. Really good for learning the guitar. So yeah, anything that you want to build. Now, you're not just limited to, for example, building out. Look at this. This is the output from Claude. Look how bad that is compared to the output that we got previously from Gemini, right? It's just nowhere near as good. It's really buggy. It's messing up right there. Doesn't make any sense. Whereas you use something like Gemini Studio and you're absolutely living the dream. If we have a look at the rankings, let's have a look where we're up to in terms of the rankings. So you can see Pro Experimental, it just got launched this week and it's already working its way up the rankings. But honestly, if I compare all of these models, I'm easily going to say that Gemini 2.5 Pro Experimental is the best out of all of them. Now, if we go back to, for example, Visual Studio Code is using the MCP, but essentially we can select here Gemini 2.5 Pro Preview and then use that to generate outputs, as you can see. So pretty easy and simple. The other one that I really like to code with is root code. So if you go over to root code 3.16, it's just been released actually, which is interesting. And then inside here, we can start coding with that too. We just need to make sure that we've got OpenRouter selected, and then we'll select Gemini 2.5 Pro Preview. Honestly, actually, to be fair, like they've improved the UI a lot on root code. I would say it's probably better now, especially if you look at the settings. Like it just looks a lot nicer. So if we hit done, then we're gonna go inside here. We'll plug that in, and we can start going off and coding. Additionally, if you look at the Web Dev Arena leaderboard, you can see here the AI is absolutely crushing it. So Gemini 2.5 Pro Preview is right at the top and only just got launched this week, which is crazy. And then you can see Claude 3.7 Sonnet is below it, right? So for development, for coding, etc., Gemini 2.5 Pro Preview is absolutely crushing it. Now, the other cool thing that you can do if you want to figure out, okay, like what tools can I create, etc., in your niche, then you can go onto Ahrefs and you can type something, for example, like SEO, and then type in tool or calculator, etc. So you put in your niche and then tool or calculator, whatever you want. Go inside here and you can see what people are searching for. So you can figure out, okay, people are looking for these tools, so I can go off and build them and then share them on the web and either rank them or create them, and they're more likely to be used by other people as well, right? And that's how you can monetize them. So for example, like white label SEO tool, SEO tracking tool, rank checkers, etc. These would do really well if you built out a tool using Gemini. Additionally, you can do the same inside Google here. So if we type, for example, let's say your niche is SEO, you can type in SEO tool and then just see what people are creating and that sort of thing. So there you go. So if you want to replicate this stuff yourself and do it all for free, do it inside AI Studio, create the code, then go to liveweave.com and from there, go off and do it. Now, if you want like full in-depth tutorials for all the stuff that I'm talking about, then feel free to get the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments description. Inside the S&P section, you'll see like we have step-by-step instructions on how to do everything that we show you, right? So for example, you got Gemini 2.5 Pro and how to use it step-by-step right there. We've got Notebook LM, and this gets updated every single day. So like the value of the AI Profit Boardroom improves every single day. The other final thing that I was going to say with the new upgrade is that you can actually use Gemini 2.5 Pro inside Firebase as well to create your own apps, right? Now, this just got launched this week as well. So it was previously running with 2.0 Flash, which is not very good, to be honest. Gemini 2.5 Pro is a lot better when it comes to AI from Google. And then inside here, you can just create whatever app you want. So if we took an example like this, we'll take that, we'll plug this in here, and then we're going to say, okay, colors equal, and then I'll put my brand colors. We'll plug that in, prototype with AI, and it will start going off and giving us an app blueprint, right? So for example, color scribbler, drawing canvas, color palette, color selection, clear all option, and then we can prototype the app. We've got the color ideas right here. So primary color, background color, and accent. You can change those if you want to. And then if we click on prototype this app, we can just go off and start building. And then if we go back to the game that we created with Visual Studio Code, you can see that's coded right here. The AI has told us, right, I've created the single file HTML and JS. Medieval Siege game is requested. It includes a draggable catapult, destructible walls, etc. And then we've opened that up and we can see that inside our browser right here, right? So let's try this out. There we go. And there you go. It's easy to build out games and that sort of thing. I honestly think the outputs are typically better directly from AI Studio than they are from Visual Studio Code. But the difference here is like with Visual Studio Code, you're building locally, right? You're not building like online in somewhere where, you know, your data's shared and that sort of thing. Here's another one that we built. So this was a random idea for startups. So random startup idea generator. And then if we click generate idea, we can get a bunch of ideas right here, right? So let's go back to Firebase, see what we got here. So it's building out the blueprint.md, beginning to code out. You can code multiple projects at once. You are limited on the free plan to 10 workspaces at a time. So that's the maximum that you can build out. And then it's creating the project right here. So you can see between using Gemini, AI Studio, Firebase, Visual Studio Code, etc., it's so easy to build stuff out and create like really awesome projects using Gemini Pro. And to be honest, like I don't think any of the other AIs even compare at this point. Like I'm sure if Claude Sonnet 4 comes out or DeepSeek R2 comes out, maybe they'll be on the same level, but Google have gone from absolute nowhere. I remember trying Bard and it was terrible to something like this where it's unbelievably good. It's probably the best in the world, especially for coding. So here we have the color scribbler. You can see it works perfectly. So we'll clear all. There we go. Beautiful drawing, Picasso leather. And then you can see that we can easily get that app working, right? How long did that take? No time at all, right? If you actually want to make it an app, then you can click the link here and copy the preview URL, or you can just scan that on your phone. And then if you scan it on your phone, you've got that app ready to test and preview yourself. So it's absolutely awesome. Game changer, totally changed everything for AI. And it's crazy how quick these updates come out. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to get all my best prompts, tips, templates, workflows, AI agents, automations, make.com automations, NA10 templates, etc., and even the videos on how I create AI avatars as well, then feel free to get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. This is an awesome community focused on making more money and saving you time with AI. It's available to click link in the comments and description. And additionally, you can post in the community anytime you get stuck or jump on the weekly Q&A calls like you can see right here. If you want all the SOPs on using Firebase, Gemini Studio, Klein, Rucode, etc., it's all inside the Profit Boardroom SOP section. And we update this section every single day, so you continuously just get more and more value, right? Because we're building out more and more SOPs and templates and workflows inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Additionally, if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session that shows you how to get more leads, traffic, and sales with SEO, feel free to get that link in the comments description. We'll show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visitors a month and generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot. On this free link building acceleration session, you'll get a free SEO domination plan, discover the secrets SEO link building, answer any questions you have, and you'll learn the best link building strategies for your website based on what's working for us and our happy clients, like you can see right here. Feel free to get that link in the comments description. And